Hey, what is going on, everybody? Nick Alberici back here with an MLB second half video. I promised this back when I did the first half video back in like March. So, I really haven't done any content baseball-wise this year for that. I only do like 2 videos a year anyway. And then I did the NFL offseason review back in, I think, May or June. It was one of those, I think the first week of June I did it. So, and then it's post-deadline and I'm here. I was going to have people in it, but I said, no, let's screw it. I'm going to do it myself. Just, a 15, 20-minute video, second half. I'm going to give my predictions for the second half. Remember at the beginning of the year, I did all my predictions. Well, now it's going to be, some might be the same, some might be different. So we'll see how it goes. And I excuse if my dog barks or whatever. She's got a new dog. She's a puppy, so she might be barking. Don't mind that, because a couple people complained about my last video. I was over at my friend's house, and his dogs are barking upstairs. She might not be as bad, but if she does, I'll just tell her to be quiet, so don't mind it. All right, so just because, in case I don't miss anything, because there's so many trades that happen, I'm just going to blow right through the ones that were meaningful. I have all the trades that are up on here. I remember most of them by head, but I'm not just going to sit here and just name every trade. I'm just going to get the ones I remember that were big, and I don't want to miss any ones, so I'm just going to go through them. So, a lot of trades. This is a little bit of a different deadline. Nobody really big went, which is fine. See, I'm the type of guy that I like to see players stay with their teams, like the big namers. Like, I hope, Scoop Bull gets an extension from the Tigers. I'd like to see that. I like to see guys stay with their teams. I hate guys going all around. So I'm glad that Crochet wasn't traded, although the White Sox suck. I'd like to see guys stick with their teams. I like to see loyal players. If I was a superstar player, and mainly baseball, because football's a little bit different, but in baseball, if I was a Mike Trout type, I know the Angels suck, but I guess we come from the money still coming in. You do want to win, but loyal. If you're on a great team like Bobby Witt, the Royals turning around, he's locked up for years. I like that about certain players, that they could stay there and just not go anywhere. So that's the good thing I like. There's nothing really big. It started off slow, a lot of minor deals. Speaking of the Royals, this is a good trade for us. We were sellers and that's. We fucking just completely collapsed, but as expected, we'll end in 4th place this year, an upgrade from last year, from 5th, I don't mind. We traded the Royals Hunter Harvey, reliever, for infielder Caden Wallace, who's now our 6th overall prospect. So that's not bad. Deals like that are deals that could change teams around. Just getting these guys and just building up. So that was the first deal that was, all right, first bullpen arm. That move right there set the bullpen market up, because the bullpen market and pitching market went nuts. It was wild. There was no big trades after that. Then after that, here's where it started. AJ Puck went to the Marlins for here's how I say his name. Division De Los Santos and outfielder Andrew Pintar. De Los Santos is actually a stud, and he was in the D-back system. He was on the Guardians. They let him go. First, he was on the D-backs, and he went to the Guardians, and the Guardians let him go. The D-backs got him, and he's back on the Marlins. This dude's an absolute stud. It's all he does is hit. I'm surprised he can't stick with a team. He's in AAA. Randy Arozarena to Seattle. That was a really big need for Seattle with Julio out. Victor Robles has been a godsend for him. James Paxton. Austin Hayes to the Phillies. I don't really understand that trade. What's naming the big one? Zach Eflin to Baltimore. Yankees got Jazz Chisholm. That might be a season turnarounder for the Yankees, man. I'm sure, a lot of people say Chisholm's overrated. I could be in that boat. But, that was a trade that they needed to make. You know what I mean? He's going to eventually hit leadoff. That's not bad. Phillies got Carlos Estevez. I know, Estevez has been great this year, but he's only pitched like 36 innings or whatever. That's a small sample size. Mets acquired Jesse Winker from us. The pitcher we got, he's not too bad. I don't understand what Tampa Bay was doing this deadline, trading guys with years under control, like Isaac Paredes for Morel and Tuprop. Like, I don't understand what they're trying to do. The Dodgers, that 3-team trade was confusing. The White Sox got torn to shreds on that. It was Tommy Edman and Michael Kopech to the Dodgers, and the Cardinals got Eric Fetty, Tommy Pham, and the White Sox acquired Miguel Vargas and 2 outfielders. Like, I don't understand. Justin Turner, the Blue Jays, and then we traded Lane Thomas to the Guardians. We got 3 prospects. One of the pitchers is Alex Clemmy. He's our 8th prospect now in the system. Single A pitcher, left-hander. I mean, the other 2 guys, Jose Tina, he's Triple A. He's basically MLB ready. So Thomas is not a part of our future with Cruz coming up and Wood, and we're going to see what we're going to do with the rest. He's a little bit older and is a free agent after next year. So it's like get a little bit for him, which I could see. You know what I mean? And pitching's valuable, man. With Josiah Gray now being on Tommy John, Cavalli getting back. So pitching's valuable. It's a real, Kikuchi to Houston. Dodgers got Ahmed Rosario. Frankie Montas to the Brewers. Jorge Soler back to the Braves. Josh Bell to the D-backs. The Orioles, I don't know what they're doing here. They got Trevor Rogers, he's not even that good, for Connor Norby and Stowers. Like, I'm kind of surprised the Orioles made that trade. Mets got Paul Blackburn. Pirates got Brian De La Cruz. He's not a bad player at all. I'm just trying to... Now, here's the one I'm confused about. Eloy Jimenez at the Orioles for basically nobody. So the White Sox are paying him all that money, and he just never panned out for him. Always hurt. Him, Anthony Rendon, and Chris Bryant are like the always hurt guys. And Mike Trout. Always hurt. Always hurt. Philly's got Tanner Banks. Don't know much about him. I just know lefties struggle against them. Dylan Carlson to the Reeds. We had a little bit of interest just to see. And the last deal went down was the Nats traded Dylan Floro to the D-backs. So, it was a little bit of an interesting deadline. Nobody big, went. So, I mean, it was I'd rate like a 6 out of 10 deadline. It just is what it was. You know what I mean? I don't think, I'm not going to sit here and say it was amazing, but it was still all right. You know what I mean? So here's my predictions for the rest of the year. I'm not really going to get into the Cy Young type deal and shit. I'm going to leave that alone. Valdez ain't winning. Here's my prediction. I think, I could get into it a little bit briefly. I'm not going to talk about it much. Like, Scoop Ball, I think, is going to win the AL. And the NL, I think Sale's going to take that. And that's all. And an MVP is obviously going to be Ohtani and then Judge. But it's a little bit confusing because, I said Valdez because Houston, but now Houston's turned it around. I thought, Houston was going to be great all year. Valdez, he got hurt. So it was hard to predict. But here's AL standings, and here's who I think are going to make it. So here's the AL standings. Guardians at a 1 seed. The Orioles and the Yankees are tied right now. Jeez. The Astros it's hard to say because they're tied. I'll just name it the 16. So you have Guardians, Orioles, Yankees, Astros, Royals, Twins. Okay, that's it right now. So I named 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I named them all. It's really tight along the stretch. I think the Astros do obviously win their division. Cleveland will win their division. I think the Yankees pulled out. They're my 3 division winners. Orioles wild card, Kansas City wild card, and Minnesota wild card. I think the Red Sox, they're playing a little bit over their heads right now, so they'll dismiss it. And the Mariners, they died off. And the Texas Rangers, they're lost. And I do think I'm sticking to my prediction for the AL. Although the Guardians look scary right now, the Orioles are too inconsistent. The Astros are the Astros. I do think the Yankees come out of the AL. I just think Soto, Judge, and you're getting Stanton back. I think Chisholm, and he elevates him a little bit. You got Verdugo over there hitting, having a good year. I like Ben Royce. He's actually solid. It's just the consistency of the Yankees bullpen and starting pitching is what scares you. But I just think they'll figure it all together. And I think they'll end up going to the World Series out of the AL. I just think it'll be them versus the Orioles and ALCS. I think the Yankees take it in 6. I just think the Orioles aren't ready to win it all. It's hard. It's really hard. But then we get into the NL. The teams right now are the Phillies, Dodgers, Brewers, Braves, Padres, Diamondbacks. I expect it to stay that way. I think the Mets are playing they're right now they're the fakest team in the league. The Mets shouldn't be 57 and 51. They're not even that great. This year they're projected to be maybe even 4th. The Cardinals, no, they don't have the horses. And the Pirates and Giants, the Pirates they're another fake team. They're just doing all that because Skeens is up. But I don't know. The Brewers and the Cardinals, it's hard to say without Yelich. But I just think the Brewers, no matter what in this playoff field, I think they'll be the worst team in that field, especially if Yelich is out. They'll be bounced immediately. So I don't expect them to go far. The Braves, they're another team that I don't expect to do shit. The Diamondbacks, the D-backs, they'll be there. But a team that really scares me is the Padres. I'm not saying it because they went 6-0 against the Nats, Cease no-hit them and all that, but something about the Padres is just they're playing with a chip on their shoulder right now. They just got Tanner Scott. Forgot to name that deal. Tanner Scott, he's getting him and Robert Suarez in the back end of that bullpen's pretty filthy. That is not a bullpen that I would want to face in the 8th and 9th. Them and the Guardians bullpens, AL and NL, those are two I don't want to face in the 8th and 9th. To me, that's two of the best back end of the bullpens in baseball. Probably the top 2 for Class A. I don't really know the Indians' other setup guys, but they say there's the best. I'll take the Padres. I know the Phillies are in that discussion, but I think, Estevez is all right, but Jeff Hoffman's a fraud. Jeff Hoffman never did shit all the way up until this year. And he's a free agent after this year. He's going to get a big contract. He's going to have a 5 ERA next year. That's how it is. And then you got the Dodgers and the Phillies. To me, I think the Phillies are figured out. Not saying that because I hate the Phillies. I just think their deadline was really underwhelming. If your only bat you got was Austin Hayes, they're being cheap about it. You got to go all in, man. And the Dodgers right now, they're playing. They don't have Mookie Betts, and they're still 2 games behind the Phillies. What's that tell you? When Betts comes back, and even Muncy, that lineup and the added guys. So to me, I think the Dodgers go. I do think it will be Dodgers, Phillies, and LCS. I think the Dodgers take it in 6 as well. Don't be surprised 5th in 5 games. Really, I wouldn't be surprised. I think I'm going to stick to my Dodgers-Yankees World Series. I think the Dodgers win in 7. I just think that LA order, you got Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, Will Smith, Teoscar, Muncy. They just acquired Ahmed Rosario, who's hitting over 300. Gavin Lux is already starting to hit. Tommy Edman, he's always been solid. I don't know how that's going to play out. They acquired somebody else I just named, but it's not looking too bad. And they acquired Jack Flaherty too. I don't know why I was on the list, but that boosts their rotation, and they get Yamamoto back. You wait until they get Ohtani back to start pitching next year. Holy shit. And then I heard the hot rumor is Max Fried could end up signing with the Dodgers as free agency. Could you imagine that rotation? Next year, Ohtani, Fried, Glass now, keep it naming. That'll be wild. So I just want to make it brief. Again, 15, 20 minutes. And that's all I got for you guys. NFL video. So today's August 2nd. The NFL video, I might not upload this tomorrow. We'll see. But the NFL video is going to be out Labor Day weekend probably, or the end of August for the NFL season breakdown. Because the Hall of Fame game was just last night. So you got I am going. Me and my buddies got just cheap tickets to the Vikings-Eagles preseason game. I figured out why not. I see J.J. McCarthy out there and shit. So, it's cheap tickets to see it. Hell, why not? And I am going to 2 Nats-Phillies games, and they come in. I'm going to the Thursday night game and the Saturday night game. So, not expecting much in the Nats, but just to go and see what's up. James Wood's looking good right now. Abrams. So, it's going to be an exciting month. It's a little bit disappointing. August is, it's in August already, and the summer's winding down, but it's football and whatever else. So, I just got home from work. You can see, so, but to bang out this video I was going to do over the weekend, but I said, let me just bang it out now. So, all right, guys, I'll see you at the end of the month. I hope you enjoyed the video, liked it, and I'll see you in a month. So, all right, guys, take care.